All right, so we're wrapping up the 4Runner here, the long travel build. Front end is solid, got an alignment done. It's ready to go. But the reason I haven't been doing anything with this thing is because of the rear. Tried to stuff these triple bypasses in here and they're just way too big. When I'm flexed out, the tire hits the shock and I don't want to ruin these $3,000 shocks. And so I set the bump stops up to where the tire won't rub at it at full stuff. I built these super goofy bump pads, and basically when the truck is sitting on its own weight, the bump stops are sitting on these plates and it makes for a horrible ride. I only have like, 3 inches of up travel, which is horrible. So what we're doing today is we're gonna get rid of the bypasses because they don't work. I need a wider rear axle. Also, that has a 2-inch spacer on it. Keep that in mind. So we're gonna go with these 2.5-inch by 12 smooth body Kings with the adjusters on them. And if I rub on these, I won't feel as bad. So we're just gonna get these swapped out, readjust the bump stops, flex it a little bit, and then go from there. But yeah, the triple bypasses don't work with this factory 4Runner axle. And one day when I feel like actually building this thing again, because I'm really just burned out, I want to go use it instead of it just sitting in my shop, we'll do like a Sequoia rear end or something in here to widen it, and then we'll put the bypasses back on. But for now, I want to go play. We're just making it simple. All right, so we got one bypass out, new shock in. We've got to figure out a way to mount the reservoir onto this here without the tire hitting it. We'll get to that in a minute. But right now we're working on getting some spacers built for this shock tab. For some reason, this company made these lower shock tabs 2 inches wide, and normally it's like 1.5 inches is standard. So what we're doing is, we'll come over here. I had some leftover misalignment spacers, and we just cut the little nipple off of them. And we're just gonna slide those in there, and our spacing will be correct, I hope. So that's where we're at. All right, so we got the shock installed, and we're just checking clearances here. We got about 2 inches of shock shaft showing. Because the way I set up my, you can't see it, my bump stop here, focus, there we go. With the bypasses, we're running out of stroke. Well, these are completely maxed out up. I could trim this bump pad that I made down, but let me climb out from underneath this thing. Everything clears under here. We got tons of room. But if we went up a little bit more, come on camera, we would be hitting the reservoir. And that's about the only spot that we can really figure out where that goes. So yeah, full bump. It's not as much travel as she used to have, but way better than it was before. We got about 4 inches of travel compared to the bypasses now. So we're gonna weld a tab onto the shock hoop here, mount the reservoir, and then move on to the other side. I'm so freaking stoked. I'll almost be done with this. I'm gonna trim my fenders on this line here and then the bumper, and then figure out what it rubs on in here, because it's gonna. Heck yeah, let's keep going. Okay, we've got both sides installed. Bumps are both set up. I didn't show you the tire on and flexed out on this side, but they're all set up. Got about 1.5 to 2 inches of shock shaft left showing when it's at full stuff on both sides. So now we're gonna take these little reservoir tabs and just weld them on somewhere on this hoop here. And then we're gonna go rip this thing. It's been about 2 years, guys, since I've driven the 4Runner. Got a little burned out. And then when I got done with the front and the rear didn't work, I was like, you know what, I'm done with this POS. And then I stopped working on it for about a year. But we're finally getting back on it. My other 4Runner is also in pieces, getting 1 tons, and I'm also kind of giving up on that. So anyway, I'll show you these when they're welded on. Okay, bye. All right, so here's the final product. Got those all mounted up. Everything looks good. Got the tire on this side already. Looks freaking sweet. This side's a little goofy because the shock tower is shorter because of the filler neck. So it looks kind of crazy, just the way we had to mount this to get it out of the way of the tire. But everything fits good. We wrapped the hoses in case they rub on anything. So yeah, stoked. Let's get her on both tires and set her down and see how it looks. All right, first test drive. It's gonna go good? This isn't the first one, I lied to you. I've driven it a lot, but first one with these shocks. Let's see how she does. She looks good. Nice and thick. Yeah. All right, first drive went good. She's smooth. She's still riding on bumps a little bit, but I think I just got to trim those bumps pads down a little bit. And I want to take a little bit of PSI out of the bumps themselves. They're like 150. I want to take them down to like 100, and then I think this thing will be dialed. Dude, we just went through my gutter at like 10 miles an hour. It's smooth. I don't think I've ever touched bump stop up here. Yeah, the long travel's done on this thing. Go get it registered, and then we're gonna go hit some trails. All right, guys, well, I'm super stoked to finally have the 3rd gen back to where we can actually drive it on the road again. Took me way too long, but this thing looks absolutely insane. And I'm excited to go hit the trails with it, see how she does. Just those bypasses wouldn't work. I couldn't get them to work, and I had 0 up travel, riding on bumps, and now it's got a decent amount of travel. It's not perfect, but it's got like 1.5 inches of shock shaft showing at full bump, which I like. So yeah, the next thing in store for this thing is some actual trails. It's been like 2 years. My tags are about 2 years old on this thing. So want to get it out on the trails, go enjoy some mountain time with the family, and it's gonna be sick. Look how insane this thing looks. Just crazy. So wide. I think it turned out sweet. Gonna give her a bath. She's got a lot of dirt on her, but freaking dialed. Still need to trim the fenders and stuff too, but I'll do that later. So yeah, 4Runner's back to its former glory. Go get it registered. What the heck's going on with my camera? Stupid thing. And go hit some trails, make some more videos. It's been too long. Feels good to be back out working on 4Runners. All right, next on the agenda is Skylar's Tundra here. We've been building this for like the last year. We'll have to go through the whole thing another day. But we just got to clock this coil over. There's like 2 spots. We put it in the wrong one, so now the reservoir hose is rubbing. And then like a week ago, we put this whole archive garage rear kit together, springs, and then it converts it to a 12-inch shock. Let's see. Yeah. And I welded those on wrong. Really good at shocks, but so we got to fix that and then retorque everything. So that's what we're doing now. That'll be kind of the end of this video. But yeah, stoked. Yeah, we'll have to do a full walk around on this thing. He's got this thing all rigged out. All right, guys, that ends today's video. We just wrapped up Skylar's truck, got everything retorqued, got the coilover fixed. My rig's done. They're never done. But next video, we're going to be out wheeling, doing some fishing, doing something. So we'll see you next time.